In this short video, I'm going to show you how to use Install Manager Pro to protect your profits with the Risk Manager, and we'll also demonstrate how the Install Manager automates the routine task of building a bill of materials. I'm going to build out a simple changeout on the Components tab. Then I'm going to scroll down and select the Install button. At the top of the page, the Risk Manager displays the number of working days needed to install the selected equipment and the associated risk. If I tap on the I, I can display more information about the number of hours included in this quote. The working hours are set by your manager in the business rules. In this case, a standard working day is 8 hours with an allowable maximum of 10 hours. This job currently has 9 hours and 15 minutes quoted in it, with a 29% risk of rolling over to an extra day. Let's continue to see where the labor hours are coming from. In the overall job section, I can see that a permit is a recommended item that is automatically selected for you. If I deselect the item, you'll see that the price has been removed from the quote. I can also add additional items in the overall job section. Perhaps you need to add extra labor. You're going to remove a boiler from the basement. So I've added 1 hour of labor here. Let's change that to 2. And I'll tap on the information to leave a note as to why I added that extra labor. Notice that when I added those 2 extra hours, the number of days increased to 2 days with no risk of barely any risk of rollover. Let's continue on to see where the labor hours are coming from. The standard amount of labor being applied to the air conditioner is 3 hours. These are set by your manager. $327.27 is included in the price of this equipment. The standard install kit includes $48 in the sale price of the equipment. The whip, the disconnect, line set, and outdoor pad are auto-selected as recommended items for this quote. Notice that the line set is auto-selecting 100 feet. The line set has labor associated with it. I want you to watch what happens to the number of days required for this job when I change the feet of line set. I'm going to just drop it all the way down to 15. If I scroll back up, I can now see that my working days are only 1 day, and there is a 38% risk of rollover. We have 1 hour of standard labor being added for the coil. And then when I look at the furnace, I've got 3 hours of standard labor, and I have 1 install kit. The number of hours for standard labor cannot be changed, but I do have labor options built in where I can select what we call the ABCs to add additional costs to the quote based on the type of install. We've got a 90% gas furnace attic install. When I add that, notice my hours changed to 5 hours. I can also, if needed, change the size of the concentric kit. Install items can be built out by your manager to be specific to the jobs that you do and what you require. Notice that when I changed the labor option for the furnace, it bumped my days back up to 2 days. I'm going to remove that just so we can stay under a day for this demo. Change it back to standard labor. I finished building out this option. Let's roll back up to the top and look at the information associated with the risk. I can now see that I've got 9 hours and 30 minutes of labor built into this quote, which is a 38% risk of an extra day. This information gives your install manager the tools he needs to protect his profits. The manager can schedule a fast team that he's certain can complete the job in a day. He can make a decision about overtime hours, or in this case, he could maybe send out a separate crew to remove the boiler a day in advance. Let's finish building out this quote and we'll take a look at the customer proposal, and we'll also look at the back office email. On the Enhancements tab, I'll select a thermostat and add-ons. I'll select a service agreement. And then in the Materials tab, I'm simply going to select the items that I want the customer to know are included in the sale price. I would expect these items to be added at no cost, since they are common install materials that you have probably selected with the install manager. I'm going to go ahead, select option 1, and take a look at the quote. So I can see in this section, the equipment that has been selected and the subtotal dollar amount includes all of the labor and all of the install material items that I selected using the install manager. Here's the accessory I selected in my additional services. Notice in the install materials section, these 3 items are the ones I selected on the materials tab. The outdoor pad was selected with the install manager. No price displays here. Pricing for install material items never appears in this section. It would be included in the equipment section up here. I'll go ahead and select done. Let's take a look at the back office email. The top section contains all the information that your back office needs for billing, etc. that can be copy-pasted into Quicken. Option 1 selections display the install materials that were selected. This can be used as your pick list. It is your bill of materials. Number of hours of labor is also displayed in this section. Pricing analysis is divided into 2 sections. The top section is for equipment only, and the second section is for the entire job. The install analysis gives you a nice readout of the number of labor hours and any notes associated with the labor hours that were added or any of the materials that were added. Your total job labor is given at the bottom. Your 38% risk of an extra day displays, and the proposal is attached. If you have any questions about using the install manager, please reach out to your customer success specialist or visit our help desk for more info.